No disc, no buy. It's that simple, Sony. And I would like to say thank you for everyone who has canceled their PlayStation Plus subscriptions, is participating in the boycott, or in general is just posting no disc, no buy memes in response to anything Sony does. Sony somehow ended up winning the console war, but when they saw that Microsoft is Minecrafting itself, they told them, let's do it together. And they did, and it has been amazing. PlayStation and Sony have been on an absolute spree of anti-consumer practices. Honestly, it really is worse than what GTA 6 has done in this point. Sony is sending out emails updating and reminding people their PlayStation terms. Short version of what it is. And yes, this is all bad, all anti-consumer, all literally designed to entrench you into losing the stuff that you bought, because buying is somehow not owning, and when buying is not owning, as we all know, stealing isn't stealing really, or piracy is not theft in the simplest terms. You don't own your digital games, you rent a license with the most worst consumer protections and rules possible. If an account closed or banned, your games are gone. Even paid ones. PlayStation can record your chats, clips, and IP address. By the way, that's something we don't talk about enough. Clips you share, they can sell and put ads on you, and you get no cut. So they're effectively trying to create a future where they exploit you somehow, and you don't even get a cut of it. This is purely diabolical. Their liability is capped at $100. So even if you find a way to sue them for something, they're just gonna be like, here's $100, plebeian. Have a nice day. And they're probably gonna try to lowball you for 50. Let's be real, it's Sony at this point. This means Sony screws something up and it costs you money. The most they'll pay you back is 100, no matter how much you actually lost. Yes, all of these rules are literally just designed to maximize profit. And I know that there's some people, some very not bright people, who are saying, oh, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Because Sony has figured out that they can make you lose the things that you own, and that's how they get you to buy things twice. Because all of these rules, a couple of rules that are not mentioned, is the login, otherwise your things get lost. For example, when you buy a game now, you need to log in and download it in a month's time. And if you don't, that game just gets lost. And a lot of people buy games and then they don't install them for a half a year, or sometimes even forget about them. And Sony just said, yeah, we're gonna kind of take that away from you, so have fun with that. It's all anti-consumer. Sooner or later, there will come a point in your life, hopefully it's not for bad reasons or nothing bad happens to you, but sooner or later there will come a point where you cannot log in and Sony deletes the stuff on your account because something in life just happened and it required your attention. This is what they're trying to play at. It is as diabolical, as evil as honestly it can get. Here's a little bit of a different version of the actual thing that got sent, and it is hilarious. PlayStation Blackout is now planning to continue indefinitely, and some users are asking to delay it because of the COD beta. The COD beta died in less than 12 hours. No one's asking for it to be delayed. And yes, the official PlayStation Blackout has started. We do not know how successful it is or whatnot, but if you want to participate in it, please go ahead. Again, there are a lot of people who are probably Sony bots, honestly, that are saying, "Oh, you canceling your PS subscription does not do anything. It's pointless. Why even bother?" The reason that they're saying this is because it matters a lot. If we get even 1 million people to cancel their PS subscription, PS Plus subscription, that is going to be a major blow for Sony. If we can get 2 or 3 million to cancel it, which should honestly not be that hard, that is going to mean that Sony is going to underperform in their sales expectancies and money flow for the next year minimum. And when they do, the stock owners are not going to be happy. And then the stock's going to go down because they could not deliver on their promises, which means they failed. CEOs are going to get fired. People in the C-suite are going to get sweetly replaced and removed. And no problem, because now they're all American. Keep in mind, Sony no longer is even a Japanese company. It is full-blown Americanized. It's based in California now or something like that. Absolutely diabolical. We just need a little bit more than 1 million people canceling the subscriptions, and that is pretty much gonna guarantee that the majority of Sony's financial goals for the fiscal year of 2026 are not gonna be met. It is that simple. This is why they have bots constantly saying, oh, these things don't matter. They don't matter. This is not gonna hurt Sony. Yeah, it does sound a little bit strange, honestly, if you haven't seen the finances on this, that they have like 36 million PlayStation Plus subscriptions, and that only 1 million lost can damage them so hard. But that's the beauty. This is real life. It can and it will. We don't need a lot to make them pay. Let's not pay attention. Let's not play PlayStation for 1 week. This is one of the things, and there are many posts like this. A lot of people are posting about this. I would imagine that a lot of people are actually participating, and too bad there's no real way to actually track this. But again, it does matter. It 100% does matter. Do not believe any of the losers trying to lie and say, oh, this doesn't matter. And here's, by the way, one of those posts. Who in their right mind would actually participate in a PS5 blackout nonsense? Well, probably someone with a spine. Someone with, moral constitution, maybe. I don't know. People who value themselves a little bit more than slaves, I guess. I don't know. The best people, probably. What is even the point? Really, you're so stupid you can't even figure out the point. Pathetic. This is not, by the way, hitting as you think this post is hitting, Chief. To force Sony to allow you to keep your worthless physical discs worthless? Physical discs are the majority of Sony's sales if it's an option. What are we talking about? Worthless? 60% of all sales are physical if a game has a physical disc to buy. I mean, let's be real. That's like the main appeal of a console. I personally am not a console guy. I don't own any of them. But if I was, I would want a disc. Why would I waste my time downloading something if I can shorten the process by just inserting a disc? If I had a console, I would want discs. Worthless disc. Ah, man, they can't even lie good. You can't be serious. There's something mentally wrong with you. A lot of you PlayStation owners. Wow. I mean, again, obviously anyone defending PlayStation and Sony at this point definitely does not have a lot of brain cells working there. Maybe 2 rubbing together, probably a little bit faster than average, but still just 2. Sony fanboys, when they don't log into their accounts for 3 years. Yeah, all your stuff is going to be gone. Sooner or later, something's going to happen. You're going to forget the account. And you're going to wake up to having an empty account. Well, granted, I do think this is a double-edged sword because, I mean, if someone really loses their full library, it's not going to go how PlayStation and Sony think it's going to go. People are not going to rebuy their shit. They're gonna just go and get a gaming PC if they feel like it. Because at this point, when the next generation of consoles hits, we know it's gonna be expensive. I mean, if the Steam machine was 1.4K, we're talking about literally 2.5K minimum for the next generation consoles, minimum, and it's probably gonna go out because the shortage is just gonna increase. Sony CEO Hiro Totoki says the current memory shortage actually came at a lucky time. Yes, because money matters. for PlayStation. It is lucky, you know. We are in the later half of the life cycle of PS consoles. That means that we do not need aggressively sell the consoles today. That's really strange. It's really strange, Hiroki, whatever, pick one. Why did you increase the prices then if this is not a big issue? Why are the prices up? Why are the prices up, Hiroki? Why did you pump up the prices 2 times? It's really strange. It almost is like you're lying. But no, a CEO would never lie. Surely not. PlayStation had 125 million monthly active users as of June 30. So Sony is incredibly focused on revenue from its existing players through serving services like PlayStation Plus, which means PlayStation thinks that they have cratered when it comes to new player acquisition. So they need to extract all the value from their existing consumers. And I just want to say that Steam is averaging in a day 1/3 of PlayStation's monthly activity. PlayStation is nothing compared to Steam, and PlayStation wants to ditch Steam. That is hilarious. And let's not forget that PlayStation is the company that literally bought Concord for 200 million and then bought the studio that made Concord for 200 more million. The people from Firebox Studios, the guys who made Concord, had a meeting with the people with the big cheeses at Sony, and they somehow convinced them that Concord is gonna be the next GTA, the next Call of Duty. And they bought it. And they paid 400 million for this disaster. And it got shut down. How long did Concord last? Like 2 weeks or something? It didn't, in player-wise, it didn't even last 4 hours, if I remember correctly. But yeah, these are the genius people making the decisions. Buying Concord. Okay? And it doesn't end here, obviously. They also bought Bungie for 3.6 million. Now, granted, nothing will honestly ever beat Microsoft buying Bethesda for 8 billion, because, I mean, they should have waited until Starfield comes out and then bought it for like $5.05, maybe, if they're lucky. Maybe throw in a gummy bear, considering how worthless Bethesda is at this point. But still, they spent 3.6 billion on Bungie so they can cancel Destiny, throw it into the locker, and then make fucking Marathon. And it doesn't end here, okay? We talked about this 2 days ago. Horizon Zero Sales Gathering is also pretty much canceled. They're gonna rework. Well, it's not canceled, but they're reworking the game because the playtesters couldn't even last 15 minutes in this slop because it was so boring, so bad. Yeah. And let's not forget what's currently happening with Insomniac's Wolverine. I mean, do I need to even say more at this point? Sony is on an absolute tear. They can't sell games. They can't compete with. Steam. They can't do anything. The best thing they can do at this point is just the same thing at Xbox until Asha Sharma came in and they changed direction fully. By the way, I'm not even kidding about this. This is 1-to-1 what Xbox did. Xbox just plateaued sooner than PlayStation, and they started milking their player base to the extreme faster. PlayStation is now going to do the exact same things as Xbox, and they're going to suffer exactly in the same ways. They're treading the same step. In any case, remember, no disc, no buy. Thanks for watching. Like the video right now. If you like it, I promise you, more people are gonna hate Sony, and that's beautiful. And, it takes less than a second. So like the video right now. Takes less than a second. Have a nice day. Bye.